Remember that crazy Russian investor that I made a video on just like a week ago? Well, if you don't, I recommend watching that video alongside this one, but this time around, he's actually decided to make a really interesting decision in an attempt to completely manipulate the market with one of the strangest purchases in CSGO that he is now stuck with. And from what it seems, it's completely backfired on him. So we're going to talk about it and what exactly this guy's whole plan is. But just before we get into it, as per usual, if you want some free skins and investing items in CSGO, be sure to be subscribed to the channel, leave a like on this video, and comment your Steam username with your trade link somewhere on your profile, and I'll send a few of you guys some stuff. And finally, be sure to check out my sponsor for this video, traded.gg, the best way out there to trade out your old boring skins for new ones, or finally trade up all those garbage low tier skins you have for a sick knife. If you sign in through that code in the description, you get a bonus on your first trade, so be sure to do that. But for now, let's get right into the video. So first of all, what purchase did this guy make if you didn't see the first video? Well, this guy bought just under 400 pairs of gloves, specifically Moto Gloves Blood Pressure and Driver Gloves Black Tie. He's bought most of the total supply of these gloves in minimal wear and factory new condition, and has said on Twitter that he wants the entire supply of these so that he can completely dictate the price himself. And just yesterday, he listed them all to sell, which I'll talk about in a sec. Why would he already want to sell all these? I mean, his master plan is not complete yet. He hasn't bought all of them. But it's pretty apparent this guy is very strange. A mix of bad English and a seemingly short-tempered personality results in some pretty funny posts and replies on Twitter. But anyways, let's get back on track. Why did this guy buy all of these pairs of gloves, nearly entirely the supply of them, just to list all of them for a price that probably wouldn't even make him a profit and would lose him thousands of dollars? Well, a guy named Citrus de la Creme noticed that it was literally 11 plus pages listed at 39.99 Chinese yuan each, and then just got removed on the same day, so they're not there anymore at all. Currently, the cheapest listing is $170 over what Lunar listed them at, so like, what is the reason behind this? Did he really think all of them were going to sell, or some of them were going to sell? Was he trying to get rid of all of his pairs of gloves already? Well, some people pointed out that he was probably trying to lower the price of these so that he could buy them at a lower price than what he was listing them at. He was just trying to undercut the market. But why would he list 11 pages worth if this was his idea? With the lowest price being currently $170 over it once again, does he really expect people to lower their listings by like almost $200 just to undercut him? It really doesn't make much sense to me, and if this was his plan, it kind of seemed like an obvious decoy. If his plan is still to buy the entire market of these gloves, can he not just justify paying $170 over what he listed at to accomplish that? The guy obviously has money, so it's not out of his price range, and if he really wants to dictate the price, spending an extra $170 shouldn't really affect it by that much, right? Well, I don't know exactly how much profit this guy expects to make per pair of gloves, but so far this is panning out to kind of be exactly what I thought it would be as an investment, a really awful one, and one that's going to take forever to sell. And if you don't want to lose thousands or possibly even tens of thousands of dollars, you're going to have to be really patient selling these things, and I don't know if he's committed to that, if he's listing these at such a low price. But if he just did it to undercut the next seller, I mean, I guess it makes sense, but from another post, it looks like he ended up buying these gloves at a higher price than 4,000 Chinese yuan, which is what he listed his at, so I don't know what the hell this guy is thinking with listing 11 pages worth of gloves just to end up buying at a higher price. Maybe he saw this Twitter post and got tilted and just decided to continue with his plan, but he hasn't made the Twitter post about it, so I guess we'll just have to wait and see, or see if he scoops up any more of these gloves. But the good news is, if you are Lunar, number one, he does balance this out with some really good investments that I think can yield him a ton of profit, especially since he bought at a really good time when the market pretty much just finished collapsing, or not even collapsing, correcting rather. His collection of factory new Howls, Gungnir's, and Princes could possibly make him tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if he is patient with it, and will most likely balance out how much he screwed up with all of these gloves he bought, as I don't see a world where he makes good money with those, or at least good money compared to what he could have made if he put the glove money into something else like more howls or more Gungnir's or whatever it may be. He's also actually picked up the #1 best float Op Prince, a 0.0008 with a 4x Cato 14 Dignitas holocraft. He says he bought it for 600,000 CNY, which at 16 cents each would make this skin cost 96,000 USD, so nearly $100,000 for just this op alone, but obviously one of the best ops in the game and one that was crafted recently. This isn't going to be sold at a low percentage sticker price since it is on such a good skin, the #1 float, and since stickers are so expensive now, and that's why I think this thing is going to have a great future in price as more operations come and go without reusing this as a skin, as the Op Prince was in the Shattered Web collection, or one of the Shattered Web collections rather. But Cato 14s have just been going off the chart recently and are getting more and more limited and expensive the more time passes, as more people apply them and just people aren't willing to sell them anymore. So this should make him a lot of money. This is a good investment, and this guy has a lot of money to play with. So maybe instead of buying 400 pairs of ugly gloves, in my opinion, he should start investing in other stuff like that. But it does look like he's getting on the right track. He's also picked up a tier 1 field-tested Talon Blue Gem with a pattern ID 55, along with some factory new hedge mazes. He's also announced that he's looking for the best known Karambit Emerald patterns out there, which is really cool to see. If you thought emeralds, sapphires, rubies, and black pearls were rare enough, they actually have unique patterns as well and don't all look exactly the same. The ones with less dark spots can catch a much higher price from what I've heard. So it's a really unique item that a lot of you probably didn't even know was a thing. I know I've heard of a couple of them selling really rarely, I feel like, in the past few months, but it's a really rare collector's item, and it's cool to see him actually know that this exists, because it's not something I knew about like the first 5 years I played this game. But overall, Lunar just seems to be doing Lunar things. Whether he plans on selling these gloves anytime soon or just chickened out and decided against selling them now is somewhat a mystery, and still probably the strangest purchasing decision I've ever seen in CSGO. I don't even know what could top buying 400 pairs of these gloves and trying to buy the entire market, but let me know what you guys think of that as an investment. Is it profitable? Is it garbage? Maybe I'm wrong, maybe he's right. I guess only time will tell. But besides all that, I think that does wrap it up for this video. So as always, be sure to check out some of my other videos if you did enjoy. Subscribe, comment, like, all that good stuff. And for now, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.